So hi guys, welcome back. Comment down below how you like to make your dress.
We're going to attack Mosul in 1 month.
Going
Next week, we are going to attack Mosul. Because I don't know very difficult. You know why? Because I don't talk about military. I don't talk about certain other things. You're going to be surprised to hear that. And by the way, my whole campaign is so I don't have to tell you. I don't want to be one of these guys that says, yes, here's what we're going to do. I don't have to tell you what I'm going to do in North Korea. Wait a minute. I don't have to tell you what I'm going to do in North Korea. And I don't have to tell you what I'm going to do with Iran. You know why? Because they shouldn't know. And eventually you guys are going to get tired of asking that question. So when you ask me, what am I going to do with the ship? The Russian ship, as an example, I'm not going to tell you. But hopefully I will have to do it, okay? But I'm not going to tell you. Okay. Where are you from? BBC. There's another one.
Florida.
It's a good one.
This is family place.
Just like CNN.
On the travel ban, we could find you back and forth. On the travel ban, would you accept that that was a good example of the smooth running of government?
Yeah, I do. Let me tell you about the travel. Wait.
I
know who you are. Just wait. Let me tell you about the travel. We had a very smooth rollout of the travel ban. They had a bad court. They had a bad decision. They had a court that's been overturned again. I may be wrong, but I think it's 80% of the time. A lot. We had a bad decision. We're going to keep going with that decision. We're going to put in a new executive order next week sometime. But we had a bad decision. That's the only thing that was wrong with the travel. You had Delta with a massive problem with their computer system, with the airport.
Okay.
You had some people that were put out there bought by various buses, and were put out at various locations. Despite that, the only problem that we had is we had a bad court. We had a court that gave us what I consider to be, with great respect, a very bad decision. Very bad for the safety and security of our country. The rollout was perfect. Now, what I wanted to do was do the exact same executive order that said one thing. And I said this to my people. Give them a 1 month period of time. But General Kelly, Secretary Kelly, said, if you do that, all these people will come in a month. The bad ones. You do agree there are bad people out there, right? But not everybody that's like you. There's some bad people out there. So Kelly said, you can't do that. And he was right. As soon as he said it, I said, wow, you was right. I said, how about 1 week? He said, no good. You got to do it immediately, because if you do it immediately, they don't have time to come in. Now, nobody ever reports that. But that's why we did it quickly. Now, if I would have done it a month, everything would have been perfect. The problem is we would have wasted a lot of time, and maybe a lot of lives, because a lot of bad people would have come into our country. Now, in the meantime, we're vetting very, very strongly. Very, very strongly. But we need help, and we need help by getting that executive order passed.
Why not introduce
Yes, go ahead.
Get a yes or no answer on one of these questions involving Russia. Can you say whether you are aware that anyone who advised your campaign had contacts with Russia during the course of the election?
Well, I told you, General Flynn obviously was dealing, so that's one person, but he was dealing as he should have been.
During the election?
No, nobody that I know.
So you're not aware of any contacts during the course of the election?
How many times do I have to answer this question?
Can you just say
Russia
yes or no
is a
on it?
ruse. I know you have to get up and ask the question, son, but Russia is a ruse. I have nothing to do with it. Haven't made a phone call to Russia in years. Don't speak to people from Russia. Not that I wouldn't. I just have nobody to speak to. I spoke to Putin twice. He called me on the election. I told you this. And he called me on the inauguration a few days ago. We had a very good talk. Especially the second one. It lasted for a pretty long period of time. I'm sure you probably get it because it was classified, so I'm sure everybody in this room perhaps has it. But we had a very, very good talk. I have nothing to do with Russia. To the best of my knowledge, no person that I deal with. Now, Manafort has totally denied it. He denied it. Now,
Let's do
people
this
knew that
longer
he was a
so
consultant
yeah.
over in that part of the world for a while, but not for Russia. I think he represented Ukraine, or people having to do with Ukraine, or people that, whoever. But people knew that.
That's
Everybody
it.
knew that.
But in his capacity as your campaign manager, was he in touch with Russian officials
I
during
have,
the election?
you know what, he said no. I can only tell you what he, now, replaced long before the election. You know that, right? He was replaced long before the election. When all of this stuff started coming out, it came out during the election. But Paul
Mommy.
Manafort, who's a good man also, by the way,
Can I
Paul
use
Manafort
fabric
was
scissors?
replaced long before the election took place. He was only there for 6 months. How much longer should we stay here, folks? 5 more minutes, is that okay? 5? Wait, let's see, I want to find a friendly reporter. Used to say it was Chuck. Are you a friendly reporter? Watch how friendly he is. Wait, watch how friendly he is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's the sound of the scissors. Not me cutting. Let you hear me cutting. You'll see. Cutting.
Okay, sit down. I understand this. So here's the story. Number one, I am the least anti-Semitic person that you've ever seen in your entire life. Number two, racism. The least racist person. In fact, we did very well relative to other people running as a Republican. Quiet, quiet, quiet. See, he lied about, he's going to get up and ask a very straight, simple question. So, welcome to the world of the media. But let me just tell you something, that I hate the charge. I find it repulsive. I hate even the question because people that know me, and you heard the Prime Minister, you heard Netanyahu yesterday. Did you hear him, Bibi? He said, I've known Donald Trump for a long time. And then he said, forget it. So you should take that instead of having to get up and ask a very insulting question like that. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. See, it just shows you about the press, but that's the way the press is.
Thank you, Mr. President. Rita Jordan from the PBS NewsHour.
Mommy,
On
let me
National
see.
Security and Immigration,
How this
can you give
goes
us
on
more
here?
details on the executive order plan for next week, even its broad outlines?
Yeah.
Will it be focused on
very
specific
fair
countries? And in addition, on the DACA program for
It's
immigration,
the right side.
what is your plan? Do you plan to continue that program or to end it?
We're going to show great heart. DACA is a very, very difficult subject for me. I will tell you. For me, it's one of the most difficult subjects because you have these incredible kids. In many cases, not in all cases. In some of the cases, they're having DACA and they're gang members and they're drug dealers too. But you have some absolutely incredible kids. I would say mostly.
That's good.
They were brought here in such a way. It's a very, very tough subject. We're going to deal with DACA with heart. I have to deal with a lot of politicians talking there. And I have to convince them that what I'm saying is right. And I appreciate your understanding of that. But the DACA situation is a very difficult thing for me. Because, I love these kids. I love kids. I have kids and grandkids. And I find it very, very hard doing what the law says exactly to do. And the law is rough. I'm not talking about new laws. I'm talking the existing law. It's very rough. It's very, very rough. As far as the new order is going to be very much tailored to what I consider to be a very bad decision. But we can tailor the order to that decision and get just about everything, in some ways more. But we're tailoring it now to the decision. We have some of the best lawyers in the country working on it. And the new executive order is being tailored to the decision we got down from the court. Okay? Yes. Now that's what I call a nice question. That is very nice. Who are you with? Good, I'm gonna start watching, all right? Thank you very much. Melania's terrific. She was here last night. We had dinner with Senator Rubio and his wife, who was, by the way, lovely. And we had a really good discussion about Cuba, because we have very similar views on Cuba. And Cuba was very good to me in the Florida election, as you know, the Cuban people are Americans. And I
And
think
the
that
other shoulder?
Melania's gonna be outstanding. That's right, she just opened up the visitor center, in other words, touring of the White House. She, like,
This good, right?
others that she's working with, feel very, very strongly about women's issues, women's difficulties, very, very strongly. She's a very, very
So
strong
I got
advocate.
that part.
I think she's a great
Now
representative
go
for
on
this
this
country.
part.
And a funny thing happens, because she gets so unfairly mad. The things they say, I've known her for a long time. She was a very successful person. She was a very successful model.
So all I have
She
to
did
do is
really
cut
well.
out
She
the
would
extra.
Go home at night and didn't even want to go out with people. She was a very private person. She was always the highest quality that you'll ever find. And the things they say, and I've known her for a long time, the things they say are so unfair. And actually, she's been apologized to, as you know, by various people, because they said things that were lies. I just tell you this, I think she's going to be a fantastic first lady. She's going to be a tremendous representative of women and of the people. And helping her and working her will be Ivanka, who is a fabulous person and a fabulous, fabulous woman. And they're not doing this for money. They're not doing this for pay. They're doing this because they feel it both of them. And Melania goes back and forth. And after Baron finishes school, because it's hard to take a child out of school with 2 months left, she and Baron will be moving over to the White House. So thank you. It's a very nice question. Go ahead. Yes. I know this is going to be a bad question, but that's not. Good, because I enjoy watching you on television. Go ahead.
Well, thank you so much. Mr. President, I need to find out from you, you said something as it relates to inner cities. That was one of your platforms during your campaign. that
Fix
your
the inner
pres-
cities.
Fixing the inner cities. What will be
This
that
is good.
fix and your urban agenda, as well as your HBCU executive order that's coming out this afternoon? See, it wasn't bad, was it?
That was very professional. Very good. Yeah, we'll be announcing the order in a little while, and I'm glad to
The
let
skirt
you know
looks
this
good,
because
right?
it could be something I think that
I'm
will
making
be
a skirt
very
first.
good for everybody concerned, but we'll talk to you about that
Looks
after we do
good.
the announcement.
And
As far
it's,
as the inner cities, as you
another
know,
layer
I
on
was very
that.
strong in the inner cities during the
So,
campaign. I
skirt.
think
You-
it's
you want
probably what
10?
got me a much higher
So,
percentage of the African American vote
Safety
than a
pins.
lot of people thought I was going to get.
No, straight
I
pants.
did
Yeah,
much
straight
higher
pins,
than
yeah.
people thought I was going to get, and I was honored by that,
You don't
including
do
the Hispanic vote, which was also much higher. And by the way, if I might add, including the women's vote, which was much higher than people thought I was going to get. So we are going to be
No, so I need
working
them
very
too.
hard on the issues
I
having
need
to
to
do
go to
with
sleep.
education, having to do with crime. We're going to
This
try
is a
and
long
fix
ass
as
speech,
quickly as
huh?
possible. You know, it takes
I
a long time.
know,
It's taken
we've been
100
listening
years
to
in
the
the North for
essence
some of these
forever.
places to evolve, and they
I
evolved,
want-
many of them very badly. But we're going to be working very hard
I
on
wanna eat.
health and
I'm
healthcare,
hungry.
very, very hard on education, and also we're
No
going to
te
be
lo
working
tienes
in
encima.
a stringent
I'm not.
way and a very good way to
Ah.
fight crime. You go to some of these inner city
No.
places,
No,
and it's so
no,
sad
no.
when you look at the crime. There are people, and I've seen this, and I've sort of witnessed it, in fact, in 2 cases I have actually witnessed it. They lock themselves into apartments, petrified to
Oh,
even
sorry.
leave in the middle of the day. They're living in hell, they can't
Now
leave
I'm
their house.
getting
So we're going to be very, very strong. It's a great question, and it's a very difficult situation. Because it's been many, many years. Been festering for many, many years. But we have places in this country that we have to fix. We have to help African American people